Hello guys, today I want to do a kind of different video. I want to do a tips and tricks video for you guys. So let's just get started with this. Don't mess too much time because it has been a while since I uploaded my previous video. I know, I'm sorry, but I've been busy with school a lot. This will be a kind of a simpler, more shorter series. It's not going to contain that much episodes, but in every episode I want to get around 10 tips and tricks about a topic. And today's topic will be the beginning, spawn, what you have to do, and how to get away without dying, or how to get a lot of kills in spawn. Just before we begin, I just want to say this is Survival Games Highway. It's made by Static Nightmare and it's currently on the MCSG servers if you want to play this map. It's a really cool map, but let's get started with tip number 1. As you can see, I put 2 players' hats here just to indicate where the players are and which direction they're looking at. It's pretty obvious to see they're both looking to spawn. So what you want to do in this situation is just go for the shortest chest possible. If you go like this, you can clearly see these 2 chests, and we can just gonna pick one that's closest to us. This one already filled up with some stuff, some goodies, but that's for the one of the next tips. Let me scroll over a little bit of different situations. So as you can see, I have one player over there, no player over there. That would me most likely be going here and taking the most right chest possible, but not this one of course, because another player will get there much sooner. Let's just go to the last situation. So situation number 3 is one player to my left looking at cornucopia. If you don't know what cornucopia is, you can either, like a lot of people call this cornucopia, corn, spawn, mid. That's kind of the most regular used names, just so you know if you hear someone saying that. So one player to the left looking at spawn, one player to the right looking to the trees. There's a good chest over there and he wants to go there without going for spawn. So we actually can consider this player to be gone, and we're just gonna do the same thing as we did before. We're gonna go for this chest as we do. So tip number 2, it's something special not a lot of people know about, so I want to go over this really quickly. As quick as I speak, you want to be as first as spawn as everyone else. You want to get that chest first before anyone else can take something out, so you might have the sword first. So what you want to do is count down with the timer and only start running when it hits 0. What the difference is, because if you don't, if you already start running from the beginning, you always get back. And what will happen if the timer hits 0? That's the time, of course, when you get released of this kind of magic trickery. You will be able to start running, but for example, say that you're already running, you might just be teleported before it hits 0, and that gives you a kind of a delay, making it's not good for getting there first. So what you do, if you do mine, for example, the timer's 3, you start 3, 2, 1, 0, and that's the moment you start. So for example, while I'm already here, the other player that already start running, for example, in the same spot would only be here. You give like a couple of 3 or 4 blocks, and you'll get there first. Tip number 3, how to get your good stuff or whatever. What do you pick from these chests, and how do you get it fast? So we just run over here. We take this chest there, you can see filled. Don't watch the diamond sword, it's just there for some other tips, but this is how it looks like. This is a normal chest. This could happen in MCSG or in any other server. We have a weapon, good armor, worse armor, not good armor, arrows, and a golden apple, or golden chewing bone in my case for my texture pack. But what you always want to go first for is the stone sword. The stone sword is the best thing you can go for. For example, if you only have the chance, because you're the fastest one, to pick one item because the next person is already coming in, you might want to get stone sword first, because otherwise, like, he would kill you with it. But if you get it and you don't get anything else, you can just take your sword and kill the one who took the, for example, iron chestplate or the golden apple, and you can see them run away, chase them, and already kill them with your stone sword and still get that stuff. However, if you not be able to get this one, you might want to go run off quickly, because this guy with the stone sword might kill you. You want to go for the iron chestplate next, the good armor, because if you don't have a weapon or anything, good armor is still going to be useful to protect you. After that, you want to go for the gapple, because this is kind of a good item you want to have like a little bit later than the middle of the game. So you can still heal up in case there's something worse going on. It's really helpful. After that, for example, for the arrows, it's going to only be useful when you have a bow, but most likely you'll find one. And after that, you can still take the war's armor so anyone else can take it, or just to have a little extra armor boss. So tip number 4 is a really simple trick to actually get all of this stuff quick. You want to have a pattern. For example, we would go for the sword, the chest plates, the bow, the arrow. So we have this. It's kind of a weird pattern. We could also do... Actually, it's the best pattern for this chest, but for example, say that we have it like this. You would go from here to here to here to here. What you most likely want to do is this. You want to actually switch these from places because you will still be able to... It's not a big of a difference going there or diagonally. It's not that big of a difference. Also, if you want to be able to do a quick shift click, don't forget if I hold shift and I click, it instantly gets to my thingy without having to drag it. So what I do is I just keep shift clicked and I just spam while I do this route. So let me just try to do it a little bit more quickly because I just did a little slower so you guys could see. So I could just go like this. Sometimes you miss one. It's kind of something you need to practice a lot on, but just invite your friends over and try for the fastest to take out all the stuff. It's also a really simple trick to increase your chances of survival. So for example, I got this from a chest and I would just run away. That's the first thing I would do to get out to my route and everything. But, for example, if there's a sword in here, and the guy took that sword first, you don't want to get the lower rank, so if you just want to go as fast as possible and ignore them. They might be able to, they will kill you if you have it. Also, another thing, do not instantly wear the armor unless you're already being attacked, because putting on this armor will really increase the chance of getting all the guys around you seeing you, wanting your gear, and hunting you down. Also, while running, you can just hover over it with your scrolling, and then you just right click. Also, you could just put them back here. We could also just hold right click and move over them slowly, not too fast, because you might skip one. Number 6 is a little different. It's about the route, and if you don't know what a route is, it's just a couple of chests following in one order, and they contain a few tier 2s. If you don't know what a tier 2 is, let me just quickly explain. There's 2 types of chests in most servers. It's tier 1 and a tier 2. A tier 1 contains the basic leather stuff, wooden swords, stone swords sometimes, while tier 2s contain diamonds, gapples, all that real good stuff. You want that, and you want to put that definitely on your routes. So there's actually 3 kind of routes you can have. You can have a basic route with just a few tier 2s and maybe one tier 2. Or you can have a decent route with like a couple of tier 2s. Or you could have a really good route containing like about 8 tier 2s. What's a really good route? Do not count the spawn chests in it because they're tier 2 too. So what you want to do, if you don't have a route also, you want to go on the internet and look around a little bit. For example, watch some good old grape applesauce or some tomahawk and look what they do and follow their steps, or go spectate in a game and follow a good player with a good statistics and see what they do. Or you can just look it up on the internet and Google a good chest route for this map. So what you want to do is make a decision based on that. If you have a basic route, like for example the one with only a couple of tier 1s and maybe one tier 2, you want to actually kind of I'm calling it a kill route for now, because what you want to do is get it for spawn, get a sword as quick as possible and start killing everyone, because that's the only way you're gonna get stuff. So you definitely want to go to spawn. If you have a decent route, you might consider going there, but that's the only time, for example, when I'm here, I would go there. And if this route is decent route, it's not overpopulated, if not everyone wants to go there, you might just want to instantly go there and not go for spawn. But if I'm all the way over there, like for example my route is that way, I don't want to go there. I'll just pass from spawn and just ride in the way, so why wouldn't I? So then I just go over to my routes. I have a decent route, just goes this way. If you guys want to see me making a routes video, so just go ahead. 7 comment is a really useful trick. It's something really easy and you're gonna get used to it really quickly. So what it is having a standard kind of hotbar customization. So for example, mine is fishing rod, sword, bow, flint and steel, golden apple, flint and steel, high ranked food, low ranked food, and arrows. The difference between this one is this one has a high saturation, what means that I'm not gonna, if I eat one, it's gonna take a long while before I need to eat another one. With this one, you might need a lot of them, so that's why I put those here. It's just more accessible by these. So in your first 5 slots you all have like almost all your PvP items. You can switch it a bit around like this or have it like this. You can switch it around a little bit. It doesn't really matter that much. But be sure to keep them at least a little bit close to each other, because if we would have randomly have it here, you want to attack, then you want a bow, then you want a flint and steel, then you want a fishing rod. It takes a lot of delay, and that's something that's gonna get you killed. You don't want that to happen to you. So you want to be able to keep your sword and your bow and your fishing rods, flint and steel, and golden apples close to each other. It's gonna really be helpful. Also, the inside of your inventory is also important. This is kind of a setup I use. Is my metals and diamonds and my arrow crafting. Also, I keep most of them my extra arrows in this spot. Doesn't really matter, but that means that all the items in here can most likely be dropped. But remember never to drop an same ranked item. For example, do not drop an extra iron sword if you have another one. Do not drop an extra diamond sword if you have another one. Do not drop extra iron armor you have on you. And also, if you have chain, do not throw away gold armor, because it's close to each other, like core defenses, so you want to keep both of those. If you have not enough space, you can just, for example, repair them by putting them together, or you can make a little fire if you have flint and steels enough. Do not waste your flint and steels on fires like these, like only use one, or just put it like, throw it somewhere in the void or in the lava, or anyway, any places like that. If this happens, you're going to be able to clean up crew much more easily. Than something I'm going to show you guys in one of my next videos. I'm going to try to keep it only to 8 tips and tricks. It's my favorite number, so why not? So tip number 8 is hotkeys. And of course I call it hot because it's something that's going to make you much quicker or faster, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be helping you a ton. So what you actually do, if you look at my hotbar for now, you can actually see me switch between all of those. So random, I'm not even using my scroll, and it's instant. For example, go to the last slot instantly without having to scroll all the way there and be imprecise. So what I actually did is I just pressed the numbers 1 to 9 above my keyboard, not on the numpad, because that will not work. If you're not comfortable with these keys like me, I actually changed 2 of these. So if we go to options, controls, you can see here at inventory below gameplay, you can see I changed this to A and R. My keyboard is a Dutch keyboard, it's a little different, so this will be Q for you guys, so it's going to be Q and R. So it's really easy to use, and I just have to press these buttons so I can switch between those. It's going to make much quicker attacks possible, and I can just run around and switch between those really quick, and I can access all of these first 5 without having to scroll more than once, because if you have to scroll more than once, it's going to kind of decrease your chances of missing those. So what I'll do, for example, switch the sword to get the fishing rod, the sword, from the sword to the bow. I only switch once, like for example here, oh there, there, there. It's really easy and it's really quick. So that's kind of hotkeys. Besides that, you can also use it, for example, to get something from here. I want to have it in here. For example, this is Q. So I do shift and then I press Q on this item. I do not use my mouse. I just press Q. And there we go. So I can do that with every single slot. I can just switch it around. I can just really, it's just really handy. So I hope you guys learned something from this series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's something I missed, be sure to leave it in the comments section. And if you guys have some ideas for another topic, I also already have one. But if you have some cool ideas, leave them below, and I hope you guys all learned something. See you guys all later. Blue Husky out. Bye!